Hi everybody, my name is Ming and welcome to Lazy Money Circle, leveraging ambition, zealously yearning. So on this channel, us ladies talk about everything money, everything business because we want to be ambitious. We are ambitious. So today I'm talking about Robert Kiyosaki's book. It's a classic, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Cash Flow Quadrant. It's an oldie but goodie. And I talk about it all the time. You probably heard me talk about it on other posts or other channels, but we still need to be reminded of it to make sure we're on point and on goal. So it's 4 quadrants. The first quadrant is the E, which stands for employee. So those people make income from their day job or their night job, a W-2 job. The second part of the quadrant is S, meaning small business or self-employed people. That's how they make their income. The third part of the quadrant is a B, which stands for business, particularly big businesses. And the last part of the quadrant is I, and that stands for investor. So the object of the game, per Robert Kiyosaki and per the tax code, is to move from the left-hand side of the quadrant over to the right-hand side, which is for investors and big businesses. So the difference between the B and the S is B stands for big business, meaning you have multiple employees, and the S stands for like self-employed. So you're primarily a sole owner or sole employer, sole person in your job, right? So we want to move from the left to the right for tax purposes, because it's not about how much money you make, it's about how much money you learn to keep. And you have to study the tax code to know. Now, make sure you talk to your CPA and develop a relationship with somebody who understands your goals. He also emphasizes the difference between assets and liabilities in the book. Assets are things that put money into your pocket, and liabilities are things that take out of your pocket. Like, for instance, an asset could be a house that you rent out and get money from, like cash flow. It also could be like a business that you own. And a liability are things that take money out your pocket, such as like a car that may depreciate. Now, you can turn liabilities into assets if you were to rent the car for cash flow from somebody else. Like, for instance, if you rented it on hire car and you wanted to drive, you rented it out for people who wanted to drive like Uber or Lyft, or you can rent it out on a portal called Turo. Then you're turning your then you're turning your liability into an asset. So the rich buy assets, the middle class buy liabilities, and the poor buy stuff. So let that sit in and think about, where are you on the cash flow quadrant? Because think about your position so that you can change from the left-hand side to the right-hand side. So it's no right or wrong as far as how many categories you can be in. You can be in 1, you can be in 4, it doesn't matter, but you just have to be knowledgeable of where you stand for the tax code so you can move over to that right-hand side to save more money on your taxes. So it's a fact, in the United States, businesses are favored. The IRS favors businesses because they let them write off their expenses. So if you don't have a business to write off, you pay more in taxes. So I want to challenge you to think about, where are you in this quadrant? Are you an employee only? Are you a small business only? Are you a big business? Are you an investor? No matter what you are, I want you to think about moving and adding on extra income from a different quadrant. And like I said, you could be 1, 2, 3, 4 of these things, but depending where you are depends on the amount of money you're paying in taxes every year.